Some gods speak in thunder. Horus speaks in silence. For thousands of years, his eyes have watched humanity from the threshold between light and shadow. But the ancient Egyptians whispered something few remember today. Horus is not merely a god of kings. He is a god of perception, a god of inner vision, a god of secrets hidden behind the eyes of every human being. Today, we travel into a mystery older than pyramids, a mystery carved into temple walls, encoded in star alignments, and preserved in the most guarded rites of ancient Egypt. They called it the secret of the two eyes. One eye that sees the world, one eye that sees beyond it. And in the meeting of these two eyes, they believed the human being awakens. This is not just mythology. This is a map of consciousness, a blueprint for spiritual sight, a warning to the blind, and a promise to the seekers. So let us enter the realm of Horus, not the statue, not the legend, but the living archetype. In the dawn of Egyptian time, when the world was still half-formed and the desert winds carried the voices of gods, Horus was born into crisis. His mother, Isis, held him close as she hid among the marshes, because the boy was not just a child. He was the rightful heir to a cosmic throne, the throne stolen by Set, the god of storms, chaos, and the roaring desert. As the story goes, Horus spent his childhood in hiding, taught magic by his mother, guarded by serpents, nourished by the spirits of the Nile. He was not raised as a prince, he was raised as a weapon, a living balance between the ordered world and the raging wildness that threatened to tear it apart. When he came of age, Horus challenged Set for the throne of Egypt. Their battle was not a single clash, but a long cosmic war, raging across deserts, skies, waters, and even the realms of the dead. The gods themselves were forced to intervene. Ra, the great sun god, Thoth, the keeper of knowledge, Shu, the lord of air. Each one argued, judged, questioned, and corrected. The battles grew gruesome and symbolic. Set gouged out Horus's left eye. Horus tore off Set's testicles. The desert shook, the Nile swelled, the sky darkened with the wings of celestial spirits. But the turning point came not through violence, but through restoration. Thoth returned Horus's eye, healing it, making it whole again. This event, the restoration of the Eye of Horus, became one of the most sacred symbols in Egyptian history, because the Egyptians believed that the eye restored was more powerful than the eye lost. At the end, the gods crowned Horus, not because he defeated Set, but because he transformed through him. And the myth declares that every just ruler, every seeker of truth, and every awakened soul aligns themselves with Horus, the one who sees, the one who perceives. The myth is dramatic, but the meaning runs far deeper than cosmic warfare. For the Egyptians, Horus represented sight, not the ability to look, but the rare ability to see. This is why Horus has two eyes, each holding a different secret. The right eye is the eye of Ra, the solar eye, the eye of logic, clarity, direction, and outward vision. It is the eye that sees the world as it appears. The left eye is the eye of Thoth, the lunar eye, the eye of intuition, shadow work, magic, and inner vision. It is the eye that sees the world as it truly is. Most cultures separate these two forms of knowing, but Egypt did something strange. They insisted that wisdom comes only when both eyes unite. You see, the restoration of Horus's eye is not simply a medical miracle. It symbolizes something deeply psychological: the healing of perception, the integration of reason and intuition, the reunion of your conscious mind with your inner, hidden self. Even the mathematical breakdown of the Eye of Horus symbol, divided into fractions, reflected how humans perceive sound, sight, taste, touch, and thought. The eye was literally a map of awareness, and the Egyptians believed that every human being begins life with a broken eye, meaning we are born with incomplete sight. We see the world through bias, fear, instinct, and inherited patterns. Only through inner work, they taught, does the eye become whole. This is the true symbol of Horus, the awakening of vision, the restoration of inner clarity, the ability to see the hidden architecture of one's own life. To Jungian psychology, Horus is not a deity frozen in stone. He is an archetype, a living force within the human psyche. He represents the awakened ego, the conscious self stepping into sovereignty, and the heroic process of confronting the inner forces that try to destabilize us. Set in this psychological lens is not a villain. He is the shadow, the chaos inside us, fear, trauma, anger, instability, the wounded parts we hide even from ourselves. Every human being carries Set, and every human being carries Horus. The war between them is the war inside every individual. It is the conflict between order and disruption, clarity and confusion, wisdom and impulse. But the key insight is this: Horus does not win by destroying Set. He wins by integrating him. The restored eye represents this integration. It means I see even the parts of myself I once rejected. I reclaim what was wounded. I become whole. This is why Horus is depicted standing on crocodiles, holding snakes, and taming beasts. He is not killing monsters. He is mastering them. He is the archetype of psychological maturity. The moment a human being stops running from themselves. In this sense, the Egyptians were 4,000 years ahead of modern psychology. They knew something profound. To rule your life, you must first rule your perception. To rule your perception, you must first face your shadow. And this confrontation, this long inner war, is the true throne Horus inherits. Now we step from myth to modern life. Because Horus is not a story locked in temples. Horus is a mirror. Ask yourself, how many times have you acted from your broken eye? From fear, from wounds, from distortions? How often have you seen only what you expected to see instead of what was truly there? The myth of Horus teaches that perception shapes destiny. You do not live the life you want. You live the life you see. This is why the Egyptians built temples aligned with the stars. This is why they left inscriptions about the inner horizon. This is why initiates were trained to watch their thoughts like a sky watcher, observing constellations. Horus is the god of consciousness, and his awakening is the moment you reclaim your sight. In modern terms, this looks like seeing your patterns, recognizing your triggers, understanding your wounds instead of repeating them, observing your emotions without drowning in them, opening the intuitive eye while keeping the rational eye sharp. When these two forms of sight unify, something transformative happens. You begin to see your path, not the path society handed you, not the path you stumbled into, but the path your deepest self recognizes. This is the true spiritual awakening. Not visions, not voices, and not miracles, but perception, clarity, wholeness. Horus rises when you see with both eyes, when the outer world and the inner world become one continuous field of meaning. When you step into sovereignty, not as dominance, but as conscious authorship of your own existence. In the final quiet of this journey, imagine standing before the silent falcon god. His wings folded, his eyes glowing with ancient intelligence. One eye bright as the sun, one eye soft as the moon. He looks not at you, but into you. And you realize the great secret. Horus has never been watching from above. He has been watching from within, waiting for the moment you choose to see your life with both eyes, waiting for you to reclaim what was wounded, to restore what was broken, to rise where you once fell. Because the throne of Egypt was always symbolic. The real throne is your consciousness. The real kingdom is your life. So as you walk away from this ancient myth, ask yourself one question. A question the Egyptians carved into the stone of eternity. What am I still refusing to see? Your answer is the beginning of your awakening. Your answer is the restoration of your own Eye of Horus. And your answer is the moment you rise. If this journey into the secrets of Horus spoke to something deep within you, then it means you are ready for more. Subscribe to the channel for future explorations into ancient mythology, spiritual psychology, and the inner architecture of awakening. Share this video with someone who is walking their own path of transformation, and leave a comment below. What part of Horus's mystery called to you most? Until our next chapter, may your left eye see the hidden, may your right eye see the world, and may both guide you toward your highest truth.